we're going to be making stroganoff today, and we're going to start with our rice. I use a long grain brown rice. The short grain brown rice will be sticky, and I don't want a sticky rice. So we're using 1 cup of long grain brown rice, 2 cups of water, a tablespoon of margarine, and you simmer it for about 1 hour or until you cannot see any more water at the bottom of the pan. You know, bring back the rice to look. So the margarine I'm using is called Nucoa. Nucoa is a margarine. It's the only one on the market that doesn't have any milk in it. All other margarines have milk in them, except for the earth balance types of margarines, and you have to read through which ones you like better. There's the original, there's organic, there's, I don't know, something with avocado or something in it, avocado oil I think it is. Anyways, there's different ones. So this is one that I happen to be using, is the original. I do use the vegan one too. Anyway, so we have 2 cups of water boiling, and I'm adding my margarine, and then I'm going to be adding my rice in. And you make sure it's still boiling before you turn your fire down. So I'm going to wait just a minute on that. I want to talk to you about this. This is off of the bag of the rice, or else you can use a little 3x5 card or something. I just put it in my canister of my brown rice. So when I open up my canister of brown rice, there this recipe is in, because I'm always trying to remember. Now, was it 2 cups or 3 cups, or what was it? How much margarine? So anyways, I've got it right there. It's in my canister. I don't have to worry about it. It's already there. And every time I use my canister of rice, I make sure I put that back in, so I always have it. So that's a little tip for you. So, and then we're going to turn this down. Now that it's boiling, we're going to put it down to just a simmer. And it's just simmering, so that way, and then you cook it for about an hour, maybe a little bit more, depending on your elevation and all of that. Anyway, so we'll be back in a few minutes. So right now we're going to make beef stroganoff. So I've shown you the chicken before. This is the beef, and it's done more or less the same way. Everything's the same. I'm just going to cut these up into pieces. This is the soy curls that have been reconstituted with water. Let them soak for at least 15-20 minutes, and then you can put them in the pan. This is the bag of soy curls. Before I had showed you a big box because I didn't have my little bag, but now I've got another bag of them. So these are the Butler's soy curls. You can order them through AzureStandard.com, which is the food co-op. You can go to any of your health food stores. Ask them to carry them if they don't. I want to use some spray oil in the pan here. You can find them at butlerfoods.com also. And they have some other products on there that are pretty good also. So we're going to put these over here. Soy curls sometimes come in very long pieces. Sometimes they're 2, 3, 4 inches long. So I just like to chop them up just a little, not a lot, but just a little bit, so that way they're not so long. This is one of my favorite dishes to make, to eat. When I had stopped eating meat, I thought, oh no, I can't have stroganoff anymore. But things got better when I started realizing there's a few things we can do. So the gravy we're going to be using is the same gravy that I make in the other video. If you look up the gravy recipe, it's the same thing. The only thing different about it is add a little bit more water to it. Just make it more of a not runny, not a liquid, you know, like you can pour it, sort of. You want a gravy, but just not as thick, I guess is what I'm trying to say. More like a sauce. This is my new Tupperware bowl. They're in purple these days. I was amazed when I saw that. I thought, oh, this is pretty. So, we have that done. And then we're going to put that on the burner. It's already heated up for us. Our garlic powder. And we use about 2 tablespoons of lime, not lemon, lime. It does make a difference. So I'm going to just kind of wing it here. And we're going to use about 2 tablespoons, or no, this is a quarter to a third of a cup of Bill's beef. Now I'm saying between a quarter and a third. I'm one of those cooks that just, it looks good, I'll just add this or that. I don't usually use a lot of measurements, but for your sake, I'm trying to use measurements. So if it doesn't look like enough or it doesn't taste enough, go ahead and add some more. I did a cooking school one time and one of the ladies saw me just add a few things like this. I wasn't telling them how much of anything, and she says, "Watch out, ladies. She's cooking like our grandma." So when you do it so many times over and over and over, you just kind of get used to the feel of it. And this is about a teaspoon of salt. And I'm going to use the Kitchen Bouquet to give it a little bit more beef flavor. So 1 to 2 tablespoons. So I'm just going to pour this on. And to make that get all in there, we need to put the water in. It's about a half a cup or so. And that kind of gets it all mixed up. And then just bring that to a simmer. And it takes about 15 minutes or so, 10 to 15, maybe 20, to cook the water off. Once the water is cooked off, it's done. So, and we've got a nice brown color. That's what I was looking for. It's made just like the chicken, only you're using the beef flavorings. Whoops, one got loose. And we're just going to let that cook for a few minutes like that. So we'll be back in a few. And we're back. Now we have our stroganoff done, and we're going to take our brown rice. We just cooked the water off of it. Still see the steam coming up. And put this on a plate. And we're going to add our gravy. And it's not really a gravy, it's more like a sauce. It's made brown rice, it's the brown gravy that I showed before. You can go to the video and look for it. And just add a little bit more water to it, make it more so it isn't so thick. If you like, unless you want it thick, that's up to you. So we're going to put some of that on there. And our meat, all we did was cook the water off of it. So it's done. And we can add a nice vegetable to it. I have some peas and carrots here. Add a salad, and you have a very nice dinner, I believe. And this is a good meal to have. It's not that hard to do, and it's pretty simple. You can have dinner probably within 30 to 45 minutes, a good hour, if you're cooking the rice at the same time. I usually have rice cooked up and have it in the refrigerator for things that I need, like making patties or a loaf or whatever. I always have some going. If I don't, then I have to account for that. But this is a nice hearty dinner. My husband likes it, my kids like it, and I love it. It's one of my favorites. So do not put your soy curls in with the gravy at the same time in a bowl or anything, because soy curls, they soak up all the water, and then you have like a block. So ask me the mistakes, I've made them. I always store them separately, and that's why I don't mix them all together. But anyways, enjoy your meal.